Well, hello everyone. Today I'd like to speak to you about a biblical location that took place on the coastal plain in Israel. And it's one of my favorites because it's not particularly well known, but it's very important historically. And I'd like to read from 1 Samuel chapter 4, starting in verse 1, where it says, "Now the Israelites went out to fight against the Philistines. The Israelites camped at Ebenezer and the Philistines at Aphek." And the location I'd like to talk about today is biblical Aphek. And you may be asking yourself this question: what's so important about this location that I might have never even heard of before? Well, the answer is that all throughout history, this was an important location to conquer if you wanted to have territorial expansion. And the Philistines certainly understood this, and this is why they decided to go for this particular area at this particular time. And it's important to understand, at this point in biblical history, the Ark of the Covenant was being kept at Shiloh. And if we remember, Eli was the high priest there, and his two sons were helping him, Hophni and Phinehas. And at this point, Hophni and Phinehas, when the Israelites were being defeated in the battle at Aphek, decided to take the Ark of the Covenant into battle as a sort of good luck charm because they thought that that would bring them victory. It ended horribly, and the Ark of the Covenant was captured by the Philistines, taken into Philistine cities, which ended terribly for the Philistines. They were struck with tumors and ended up taking it back on a cart to Beth Shemesh, where about 70 men, Israelites, died by looking into the Ark of the Covenant. And then from there, the Ark of the Covenant was taken up to Kiryat Yearim, where it was kept for about 100 years before it was finally taken up to Jerusalem. But what this account demonstrates, the Battle of Aphek, is that God cannot be used as a good luck charm. And as the Israelites thought they could take the Ark of the Covenant into battle, be in disobedience against God, and still have the benefits of following Yahweh without actually following His commands. So this is a very important historical event, and there are other events that happened at Aphek, by the way. One event would be in 1 Samuel 29, where David is actually working for the Philistines, and the Philistines are getting ready to go up and fight against Saul at Aphek, is where they were gathering, and they were going to go and to the battle where Saul would eventually die. And the leader of the Philistines, who was Achish, eventually had to send David back because his men would not go into battle with David because he was an Israelite. And in addition to this, also Paul would have stopped at Aphek on his way to Caesarea when he was a prisoner, although the name was changed to Antipatris at this time. And then even today you can go and you can see this biblical location, and there are ruins of a Turkish fort there that also demonstrate that this location has always been an important strategic location to conquer if you wanted to obtain territorial expansion. And it's a really amazing place, and I would say that it's a must-see if you ever get to the land of Israel. Or if you've been and if you've never visited Aphek, it's truly a blessing to go there and to be able to see the place where so many biblical and historical events took place.